Welcome back to the Ricardo del California Show. Today we're going to be talking about movie prop figurines, and specifically the Night Fox from Ocean's 12. Now you might say, why are you doing a review on movie props? Because movie props tell people our interest, and it's also great to take a look in your library or on your desk at work, or maybe you want to put them on your dashboard, or maybe in your bedroom on a shelf. And when you look at those things, to think, wow, that's one of my favorite movies. That's my favorite sports player. That is one of my favorite places in the world to visit. It gives us little bits of joy, if you will. So having a movie prop on your desk or in your office, in your car, or in your bedroom just reminds you of the things that you really love. And once again, it could be a movie prop, it could be anything, like I mentioned before. So why the Night Fox? Well, one of my favorite heist movies of all time is Ocean's 12 that came out in 2004 with, of course, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Don Cheadle, Andy Garcia, and of course, a Francois Toulour, who is that, of course, Vincent Cassel, a French actor who was at one time married to his lovely, beautiful Monica Bellucci, the Italian actress, who was also incidentally in Spectre. All right, so let's take a look at the Night Fox. So I chose this particular character, the Night Fox, because Francois Toulour was a French baron, if you will. His father was a French industrialist. His mother was of Italian nobility of sorts. And unfortunately, he never met his mother, but he grew up in a very first-class world, and he enjoyed the finer things of life. Art, driving his boat in Lake Como, where his villa is, going to fine galas. But, you know, being a baron and being a single guy, he was a bit bored. He was. So you might think, well, what did he do in this time? Well, he was also known as the Night Fox, or Moretti, and he was engaged in stealing kind of low-level, just kidding, high-level things like art, or robbing banks, or even museums like the Tate. And in this movie, he stole the King of Monaco's yacht. Yeah, he did, in the movie. Now, could he have been caught? Yeah, but the King of Monaco didn't tell anybody, and they ended up becoming friends because he was embarrassed. He didn't want people to know he got his entire yacht stolen. And he plays tennis with Toulour like a couple of times a month. So you might think, how did I get this? Did I buy this on Amazon? No, I didn't. My niece owns a print shop and a 3D print shop, and I had her made this. I asked her to make this, and she did. And she made it for like 50 cents. It didn't really cost her much. And then she painted the eyes. Now, the Night Fox is probably the quintessential calling cards for any thief in any movie, whether it's To Catch a Thief, Ocean's 11's 12, 13, any heist movie, The Getaway, if you could think, with none other than Steve McQueen, one of my favorite actors. This is his calling card. So when he would rob banks or he would rob art galleries, he would leave his mark, and people would find the Night Fox just sitting there quietly. So when the bank opens up and they go in the vault and $100 million is gone, they got this guy sitting there going, oh my goodness, he struck again. But I do like the Night Fox because Toulour, he was a very elegant man. He was a man who had a sense of adventure, but he also had a sense of prowess. And he did things so quietly, so almost in a ballet manner. If you remember at the end of Ocean's 12, when Daniel Ocean and Ocean's 12 goes after the same object, which is a Fabergé egg, Toulour challenged him to steal the Fabergé egg, and whoever stole it would be considered the greatest thief. Well, as you see in the end of the movie with the song Allemand, I think that's how you pronounce it, it's French, oui. He goes through the laser field.
How did you get by the laser field in the Great Hall?
Aha. The laser fields. Well.
And he's jumping over lasers and he's doing headspins. And then right before he goes up to the platform into the Museum of Art in Rome, he kind of does this little click of the heel and he goes and so effortlessly steals. Unbeknownst to him, at the end, he didn't steal the real Fabergé egg because his mentor, Lamarck, gave some insight to Mr. Ocean and his crew, he ended up stealing a copy of the Fabergé egg, which I might do a review on that. But when you have a movie prop, and it's something personalized to you, when people come over and you're maybe having a business meeting and they see the Night Fox on my desk and they're like, what is that? And I'm just going to say, it's the Night Fox. And they'll say, who? And I'll say, well, didn't you see Ocean's 12? Come on, guys. And if they didn't, I'll tell them about the movie. And it's just a backstory. It's just a conversational piece that we can have. And you too should go out and get your own movie prop. And if you can't find it, maybe you can hire somebody, or maybe you get your own 3D printer and do the same for yourself. Because every time I think about this guy, I think a life of intrigue and a life of adventure and elegance. And that's what the Night Fox represents to me. So I hope you enjoyed my view on the Night Fox. And I hope that you get one too, or a movie prop of your liking. This is Ricardo del California, wishing you a good day from wherever you are. And I'll talk to you real soon. Thanks again. Thanks again for watching the Ricardo del California Show. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.